Unlock your wealth, clearing abundance, clearing money blockages in your system. It's amazing when you really go into it, what is the root cause of financial blockages in your system? Often, for example, if your siblings, your brother or sister was a favorite in the system, or you were a favorite in the system, this can affect your abundance too. Often parts of us is looking for that blessing from mom or dad to say you've been a good boy or good girl, and this really affects how we live our lives and how we create. Abundance for me is a river of creation. It is creation. It's an eternal flow of creation. As my spirit is eternal, creation is eternal. And if I'm in my mind as a child waiting for mom to bless me, or dad to bless me, then I'm out of that river. So, what part of me, what aspect of me is waiting for a blessing from mom or dad? Because if you're still waiting for that blessing, you will be out of your potential of financial potential, abundance. But abundance for me is also creation. It's not only finances. It affects every part of your life. Or, sibling rivalry in the system. Or if you're, looking for something, as I say, that is when we're growing up, for example, our parents, when we're two, we're activating our parents' 2-year-old topics. So this is giving our parents the opportunity to resolve their 2-year-old wounds. Now, if my mom's 2-year-old isn't capable, if my mom isn't ready to clear her 2-year-old, and I stay waiting on a blessing from a 2-year-old, which I can't get because it's not the adult state, then I'm entangled within the topic of my mother's 2-year-old for life till I accept to release and to bless myself. And then I can give that blessing to my mom, and then she can release if she wants. So, as a parent, your children are activating specific age groups, which give you the opportunity to resolve your inner child's topics. Or you may not be able to change them, meaning that you can entangle with your children's inner child wounds if they're waiting for you to give the blessing, or vice versa. So it's an opportunity to evolve. And when you allow your mom to be herself in her 5-year-old, 2-year-old, all the way through the ages, then she has an opportunity to develop herself, but also it means you have evolved and you're in your own channel. So I'm going to work very deeply with any blockages I perceive or what comes true from the ancestors, from your mom, from your dad, from your siblings. Showing off, for example. I had that as a kid because I was put down, put down, put down. You're not good enough. Everybody's better than you. Everyone's better than you. So then I wanted to prove. It says, no, I proved that I can do it. Okay. So some aspects of went a little bit too much, show off that I can do it, but it can drive you to create something better as well. But it's just to balance the system that you don't need to do it to show off, but you're doing it because you believe in yourself, because you know you can break through the systems. So I invite you to really look into your system around finances and see what's in your system around abundance. What part of you is not really in abundance? What part of you is not in your channel? It's only about being in your channel. And when you're in the channel, for example, I'll talk about time, past, present, future. For me, past, present, future is a concept of the mind. For me, past, present, future is a concept of the mind because it's all in this space. And what if the concept of time and space is all the mind? It means you're looking through the filter of the mind. I'm going to wait for the blessing from mom. I'm going to wait for the blessing from dad. But how about if you just stepped in the river, which is eternal? We're eternal spirits that even when we physically die, our soul doesn't die, it evolves to the next level. It's an opportunity to recreate, re-manifest ourselves. So re-evolve. So it's evolution. We are evolution. So once we're in the system, we are evolution and creation. So I invite you to be, part of this offering I'm offering for you to look at what is in your system. We can go, I work with people who've been all their lives stuck in a money block because maybe they're looking for the blessing from mom, not consciously, subconsciously, or they're tied to mom's topics, not consciously, subconsciously, or they're trying to show off, or they're looking for approval, or there's something in the way. So in this webinar, I'm going to work through all the topics that come up within the field of abundance, of finances, of guilt, or maybe in this family, maybe it's a very religious belief family, being Catholic, for example. I'm from Catholic Ireland, which was like, you can't get through the eye of a needle if you're rich. So there's a lot of like emphasis on guilt and shame about money and indulgence, and it's too much. So it was like huge guilt. A lot of people I work with, for example, have money, but they're not enjoying it. Why are they not enjoying it? Why are you not enjoying your success? So there's many, many aspects to unfold or unpack. Maybe you have finances, maybe you're not enjoying it. Maybe you have finances, but you're leaking it out. It just disappears from your hands, from your bank account. Why? Maybe you've money and then somebody gets sick. Why? So I want to look at all these topics in the system because they're very valid points, and they really affect us. So when I work with creators or business leaders or entrepreneurs, I always will have a look at the financial system to see what's in the system. It's very important to take a look into the financial system to see how they're going to, what is your true intention, for example, about money? What are you going to do with the money when you get it? It's a good question to ask. What is the reason you want the money? So what is the purpose? That will affect you, because if you're doing it for, I want to show the world, show off, if I want to prove, uh, or I wanted to get women or whatever, if you're doing it from a wound, so you're out of the channel. So that means that you'll get the money, but when you get the money, you're out of your channel. You will lose it. The minute you're out of the channel, you will lose it. So there's two fields here for me. It's implosion, and then it's explosion, separation. You can call it evil, one. You can call it creation, source, God, the other one. Creation is sustainable. Okay, creation is evolution. Creation is what created this universe. Okay, anything that's out of the blueprint of creation is separation, is destruction. So, for example, even in our DNA, a DNA is creation. If you interfere and change the DNA out of creation, just like they're doing with the food as well in the DNA, now it's not creation. The amazing part is, the beautiful part is that implosion, which is creation, is much stronger than destruction. Because when you bring up the blueprint of something that has destruction, it was all from God. It was all from source. So if you activate the blueprint, it will naturally go back to creation. So, for example, if our DNA was altered, we can easily bring it back to creation when we bring up the blueprint, because everything will start moving back into creation. That's how we become healthy. So, finances, when you bring it into creation, creation is abundance. The universe is abundant. The ocean is abundant. So once you go back into the ocean, you are abundant. And you can live it with ease, with joy. Also, there's a lot of belief systems about, can I enjoy, pleasure? then what is pleasure, you know? So for me, it's important, when you're in creation is to enjoy life, to enjoy the gifts of life, the blessings of life. Because when I'm enjoying it, I'm completely in it. I'm present with it. Okay? So there's a part of honoring the blessings of life. What can be on the opposite side of the pleasure? Pain. Or the mind is in pain, in turmoil. Soul is in turmoil. Then if the soul's not in turmoil, the body's not in pain, then you enjoy, ease, joy. If you're doing the pleasure from an addiction of sex or whatever, indulgence or alcohol, that's different. But everything's about balance. When you bring it into creation, I enjoy ease, love, grace, sustainable. So the offering is I invite you to be part of these 4 webinars, which I want to work with all the topics which may be taking you out of that river. And you're stuck in mindsets. As I say, the past for me is just a collection of mindsets and programs, fears, anxieties. But when you let the mindsets go, there is no past because it's all evolution. The universe is evolving. I am energy vibration in my channel. So I'm evolving. This is what I want to offer over the weekend. It's going to be a good one. And yeah, everything on my website is an academy, and it's got different levels of teaching, different levels of consciousness, and it builds your system up and also breaks the system down, the foundation, and recreates new foundation, new house. But this one is about money and finances. Very important at the moment. So maybe I see you at the webinar. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.